how long does it take a complete rookie to get good in F1? Let's find out.
Oh, I'm gonna spin, I'm gonna spin, I'm gonna spin, I didn't spin. At least it didn't spin. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna spin.
What happens when a total sim racing noob tries his luck on Silverstone? Well, we will find out right about now. But first, who is this stunning gentleman?
Hi, my name is James Bardolph. I am here to do some racing. My background is in Counter-Strike and Apex Legends. First-person shooters, basically, and a bit of Street Fighter further back as well. Racing games for me, historically, have pretty much been Ridge Racer on the PlayStation. Outside of that, spent more time playing football games than racing games, so here's finally time for me to learn how to drive a fast car.
Alrighty, James. Nice to meet you. That doesn't inspire a lot of confidence, though. All on your own, you probably won't make it far, so good thing we have someone helping you.
Hi, I'm Nils Naujoks. I'm a professional sim racer for G2 esports, and throughout last year I've also developed a bit of a coaching business, coaching people from sim racing, coaching people from the world of real racing who are transitioning to sim racing. And now with James I have a next challenge ahead, coaching someone who's coming from an entirely different genre, from the shooter world, so I'm looking forward to today.
So what I'm hoping to achieve from this is competence. I want to be able to drive around without wiping out, without spinning out or anything like that, crashing. I want to be able to be a competent driver and competitive, no matter what the level is. If it's the slowest times, I don't want to be the slowest guy on the track. So if I'm beating someone, I'm going to be pretty impressed with myself.
Competent driver, what could possibly go wrong? Anyways, time to check out the skill set we're working with here. All these of Counter-Strike should really help you on reaction test, James. So show us how fast you really are. It's easy, just click when the lights turn green and we take a look at your average after 5 tries.
Wait, hey, I'm really long though, so I've got more built-in latency. This is my excuse for things like this. Oh, let's go.
I'll certainly practice in a lunch break.
Let's go.
What comes after
you didn't even have 4 stars on yours, it just showed 3. Yeah. See, I got a secret level.
It didn't want to make me look too bad.
That's already the end? The student's the master? James, you're definitely the best. What a fast journey. Roll the outro. What? Wait, we still have to see him drive? Alright, if we got no other choice, then let's continue.
Eventually you'll have to drive a race, right? And we want you to do well. And it's much easier to do mistakes and screw up your race entirely with the tiniest of mistakes, basically, right? So if you come to the race and you spin the first corner, it's almost already done to achieve anything, because it's really hard to catch up to other guys who are doing decent. Any mistakes is super costly in racing. And the other thing I want to bring up is that while you just have one opponent team in Counter-Strike, usually, that your chance is like 50% to win the match.
Yeah.
What in sim racing does, at least in Formula 1, there's 19 other guys who are just as willing to win as you are.
Yeah.
And so just by the numbers of players, your chance to win is 5%.
I expect my biggest enemy will be me. Trying to complete laps is how I think it's mostly going to go. But if we can get to the point where they're my biggest enemies, then I'll be very happy.
Enough chit chat, guys. We want to see your race, James. But before we see James race, nearly rhymes, you guys should hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of the upcoming episodes. Anyways, back to the show. Come on, James, show us what you're really made of.
But this is better than a go-kart, because a go-kart, my knees would be up here and I'll be driving like this, and the helmet would be too small and the visor would be like this, so we'll be driving like that to look at the bottom of the visor. So. Turned too late, or did I brake too? What?
I'd say braking too late there.
Braking too late?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 4th gear now can easily be full throttle, I guess. Next corner is going to be flat out. Signs are on the left.
Oh, I'm gonna spin, I'm gonna spin, I'm gonna spin, I didn't spin. At least it didn't spin. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna spin.
Oh, you're working on that.
Oh, man.
Maybe I was a bit optimistic with 155.
Okay, now I'm gonna start again,
Ooh, I've seen enough. That was definitely a spinning experience. Let's move on.
No.
Okay, I had to show you this one too. But let's now take a look at the final try.
Can already gravitate to the left here by now, because the corner is going to be turning right. And then 50-meter board. And now release the brake. And just roll through the corner until it's actually finished.
Ah, okay.
Okay, now just the chicane ahead. 100-meter board, slam it once more, and then a lot of patience through the 2 corners ahead. And slower. There you go. And slowly accelerate until 4th gear, and then you can floor it over the line. There you go. Okay. 203.
We survived.
So we have to find half a minute.
We can do that.
Yeah.
5 tries to get a round done? I've definitely seen worse. The big question though is, how does Nils feel about the first showing of his new student?
Naturally, being the coach, I have to see more progression ahead of us.
Yeah.
For now, I think there's a base is there, right? You know, you're driving a car, right? So you're behaving like you're driving a car. You're being kind of gentle with the steering wheel. You're adapting your speed one way or another, even though it's not 100% fit for each corner yet.
Yeah.
We certainly have to work quite a bit on the braking. We'll get to that. And generally talk a bit about cars on racetracks, where you want to position yourself.
So if you had to rate me currently on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you put me?
Do I have to be honest? Or
absolutely. I'm not shy. I can take it.
I've seen worse, so it's not a 1.
Oh, that's pretty good. As long as you, to be honest, as long as you've seen worse, I'm very pleased.
So you're probably better than my reaction test earlier.
Okay.
Which was a 2 out of, didn't show me how much was available.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I'd say somewhere 3.5 stars maybe out of 10.
Wow, ouch. 3 out of 10? We've got a long way ahead of us. So enlighten us, Nils. How do we turn this into at least a 5?
Basics to begin with.
Yeah.
And I'd say basics then are how to approach a corner, where to position the car, and most importantly, what are you doing with your feet? So we're going to look at the pedals, when to accelerate, when to brake. And I think that's pretty much in line with what the viewers wanted to see when we asked them on Twitter.
Okay.
First thing to say is you already know a lot about corners when you're driving a normal car, right? So let's say you're in a very tight space, a parking lot.
Yeah.
You just naturally won't go fast because you know you'll have a lot of steering input. You have to get the car around that parking lot. You know at 100 certainly not going to work.
Yeah.
So you're naturally adapting to the space you have available, to the tightness of the corners. Of course, the same is true somewhat on a racetrack. The tighter the corner is, the slower you have to go. Even though it's a fast car, the same principles apply. So you have these in you already. Let's start with the most basic corner you can think of. Let's just take a 90-degree corner. And let's say the inside, if you're very much on the inside line, you're basically driving on the parking lot. So you have to be really, really slow.
Yeah.
But we want to make this easier for us. So we're cutting the corner in a way by gravitating before the corner to the outside,
yeah,
which is when it's a right corner, it's the left side. And on the exit of the corner, we do the same. We run as wide as possible. And you're basically drawing an average radius through the corner that makes it easier to go at a higher speed.
Yeah.
And maybe speaking language-wise a bit, then we have this entry point of the corner where you start turning. Then we have the middle point of the corner that we call apex.
Yeah.
And then we have the exit of the corner, which we call exit of the corner. So nothing learned there. So you will have to start making compromises. And usually the idea in the back of your head is every time you do a corner, think of the straight afterwards, yeah, and make it possible for yourself, bring yourself in a position to carry speed onto that straight, because it's going to be much more important in comparison.
That's definitely enough theory for now, Nils. My head's already spinning like James did in his first tries. So let's cut to the chase. How do we take everything you teach him and turn him into a better lap time?
I think what we're going to do is just focus on one step at a time. So the first thing is going to be, I'll remind him to gravitate towards the outside of the corner. Remember just the braking markers to stay on the track, essentially. Remind him to take it slow at the beginning, because we're not aiming to do world records right now. We're just starting at the very beginning. And the learning experience is going to be better and faster the more actual laps he gets done. So the less he's in the gravel, the less he's in the wall, the faster the learning will be. So we're focusing on getting him to complete laps, actually. More patience, more patience, more patience, more patience. Wait, 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 and now. The straight is coming up. It's probably flat out, already gravitate to the left side again. And then this is the corner where you just lift slightly. Enough.
Wait. Did you just sneakily change the camera angle? Why?
Yeah, I think just for beginners, it's easier when they have a bit wider field of view, when they're sitting a bit higher and they can look further into the track. On that game, it's also the standard view to use, so I think it's more than fine to just go with a teapot in this case. In the cockpit, you're always very limited in view, which is the same for the real F1 drivers. But in terms of learning a track, there's definitely an advantage to just seeing a bit more. There's more surrounding you can get used to, more reference points. So yeah, we went for that. He felt more comfortable, so improved with that. Once more 100-meter board to the right. Even slower, maybe wait until it's second gear. There you go. And there you could just notice that you were turning a lot and you felt you were too fast, so you slammed the brakes, and then suddenly the car did nothing anymore except going straight because you were asking too much. There's a limited amount of grip and you can choose what you use it for. Either it's steering or it's braking or a legitimate combination in between, but you can't have both completely at the same time. So when you turn less, you can use more power or brake. When you steer more, you have to lose less of your pedals. That was good, just patience. Stay wide, increase throttle very slowly. Yeah. And completely. 142.
That was 142?
Yeah.
Even with that massive...
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is doable. This is very doable.
Okay, Nils, just between us. Is James listening to everything you're telling him?
The good thing is he's taking in the advice. He's not rejecting it. He's not immediately falling back into his old patterns. I think we have 50 or 60 laps on the board now. So for him, it's fairly new still, and it will be fairly new for the next 50 laps. So in that sense, it's very normal to sometimes just get confused where on the track you are, and some places even look similar.
That doesn't sound that optimistic for the final lap of the day. Hopefully, you're a bit more optimistic, James.
Ultimately, if I know what corners are coming up, if I remember enough, then I should be able to tackle them. So I would say it should be around 1 minute 40, but it could be a disaster. I'm quite capable of making it one.
Nobody is optimistic here. Oh well, then I think I have to take over this part. Let's go, James! Woo!
Okay, so I'll give guidance as I did the last couple laps. So for this one, braking marker 100, down to second gear, and then a lot of patience through both of the turns.
Almost messed that one up.
Next one, just a tiny lift. Start from the very left. Orientate towards the left, 100-meter board, second gear. A lot of patience and a late entry into the next left-hander. Next corner is flat. Okay, orientate towards the right, 50-meter board, half to a second of braking, fourth gear. A lot of patience in rolling.
Oh my god.
A lot of patience here needed for very late epics. Wait for the car to rotate, now pin it down.
I'm terrified, I don't want to mess it up.
Gravitate towards the left, just a tiny lift, half a second, then commit to it once more. Okay, VS is coming up, the first one flat, each after slower. Keep it tight through the left. And open up the right. Already commit. Okay, 3-4 corners to go. Again, 50-meter board, half a second to a second of braking, down to fifth. Meter board, second gear. Patience on the exit. And slowly commit. Commit. Ah, nice one. Just about 141.
Pretty much spot on. That's what I expected. Oh, not paying attention anymore.
And death.
141? That's what I want to see, James. Good job. But what I have to say, it doesn't matter because I'm just the narrator. So Nils, give us your thoughts.
End of the first day, time for a quick summary, I guess. And have to say, I'm pleased, to say the least. And I'm German, so that's hard to do.
Okay.
We started off with roughly 2 minutes, which is more like a GT3 kind of lap time. And then now you've improved to a low 140, 141, I believe. Just about cracked that barrier of the 142s. Didn't fall for the pressure in the recorded attempt at the end.
That made me nervous. I was like, please, please, please don't screw this up. Like, I know I'm capable of delivering, those corners to my level, but didn't manage to survive.
Well, yeah, kept your stuff together. So that was decent, and it reflects what you've learned throughout the day. You kept deploying the things that we spoke about. You gravitated more to the outside, tried to use more of the track, tried to be more gentle with your inputs. Of course, it's reflected in the lap time at the end of the day, so you're making steps there. And naturally, the progression is going to slow down throughout the next sessions, but I'm fairly sure we can easily scrap off another 5 seconds in the sessions to come.
Yeah, I think so as well. I like looking at how I feel about what I'm doing is I think I'm pretty heavy-handed on the pedals, and I think I can or heavy-footed, I guess. And I think I'm slowing down a bit too much in some corners, and I feel like I'll be able to pull out of the corner with more speed, and I just have a higher average speed. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to achieve that in our next episode.
Speed it up, guys. I want to know the final grade of the day. My money's on 5, by the way.
We have 5 episodes, and we have 7 stories to go. Let's say you covered 2 stars today, and it's going to be less stars in the lessons to come. So let's go with 5 out of 10.
Yes, I knew it.
I'll take 5 out of 10. I'm not spinning and washing out. So I'm not wiping myself out. So I'm happy with that. I think that's a big achievement to be able to consistently do laps is not easy in a car as powerful as that. So I'm pleased with that. I'll take 5 out of 10.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure with your grinding capacities you've showed on Counter-Strike, if you take them to the F1 game, you'll certainly be up there.
I'm going to spend some hours on it.
We've already seen a lot of progress from James today. Next time there will be even more, but he still can't quite remember the track. But Nils, talking less, but that's a win. Thanks for watching, guys. The next episode will be released October 29th. If you enjoyed this video, why not check out some other videos from us, like our Thrustmaster T248 review, or stay on top of the F1 2021 content with what is the best track in F1 2021.